Dr. Fraser Crane sits at a sleek laptop, brow deeply furrowed, fingers dancing over the keyboard as he edits a sprawling mission statement. Each keystroke is punctuated by a contemplative sip of espresso, the porcelain cup trembling ever so slightly in his hand. Across the room, Martin Crane reclines in his battered armchair, mariner's cap askew, peering over his newspaper at the feverish activity. Roz Doyle lingers near the coffee machine, her eyes glinting with amusement as she prepares an extra cup, watching the scene unfold.
Dad, imagine a platform where stories transcend time and space, a digital atlas for narrative exploration,
Fraser declares, eyes wide with excitement as he paces before the board, voice rising with every phrase about narrative mastery and intellectual discovery. Martin squints over his bifocals, struggling to parse the torrent of jargon, while Roz bites her lip, suppressing laughter at the spectacle. The room hums with ambition, but Martin's wary glances betray an impending disconnect. Martin pokes uncertainly at the complex interface, brow furrowed in confusion.
Hey, Fraz, your app just called me user002 and asked if I want hyperlinked metaphors. What does that even mean?
Fraser blinks, realization dawning as he contemplates the gulf between his poetic vision and the actual user experience. Roz leans against the counter, shaking her head, her smile widening. Fraser and Martin at a sunlit ballgame sits in the corner, catching the light and casting a nostalgic glow.
Fraser, you've turned a bedtime story into the Pentagon security system. Maybe dial it back.
All I want is to click play and hear a story about a dog, not fill out a questionnaire about my narrative archetype.
Fraser sits in silence, the weight of overcomplication pressing down. His gaze drifts to the photograph, nostalgia softening his features as he recalls the simple joys of storytelling from his childhood. Fraser sits beside Martin, a new humility in his posture. Fraser turns to his father, clarity shining in his eyes.
Dad, would you do the honors?
Martin grins as he taps a single, inviting button on the simplified app, pride and amusement mingling in his expression. Instantly, the room is filled with a familiar, heartfelt story about Eddie, the dog's antics bringing laughter and warmth to all.
Now that's a story app even I could use.
Roz teases, her eyes gleaming as Martin and Eddie bask in the delight of a well-told tale. Fraser looks around, a sense of peace settling over him as he realizes that sometimes the greatest